Really impressed with our freshman pitchers, especially tonight, but I thought all of our pitchers were really good. Mahoney, Phipps, Bosnick, Cotto are all freshmen, and Sweat was really good too. So really good to see that. And then obviously Mendham, I thought, had the best night offensively for us. So really good to see that. So good all around night. We were good in all areas.
All right, we'll start with Dave.
Hey, Mark, thanks for doing this. Obviously, Josiah had a pretty big swing there as well. Just, he's hitting third for a reason. So just how good was it to see him get that knock?
Yeah, it was great. I mean, it was a great swing. He got himself in a good position there and just took a great swing, and the ball went a long way, probably the longest ball we've hit all year. And so that was great to see. Obviously, it really stretched the lead there for us and allowed us to do a lot of things after that. So just great kid that took a great swing.
Colin?
Mark, what have you seen from Wes now that he's been able to kind of get out there and pitch some, Wes Sweat, and how good was it to get some freshman guys in there to pitch? You kind of already mentioned them.
Yeah, it was a good night all the way around. I thought every pitcher that went out there was good. Sweat, I think is going to continue to get better. The fastball was up to 95 again. Everybody that went out there had really good stuff. And just the fact that they're so young, again, just gives us great optimism as we continue to work.
Cam Gaskins?
Coach, with this being y'all's last game before going LSU, Arkansas back-to-back, how big is it mentally for the guys to have a night like this where you beat up on a team you're supposed to, hang up a couple crooked numbers, and see a lot of guys get some really good swings off tonight?
Yeah, I think it's the kind of game you want to have going into a big series on the road. We've got to leave first thing in the morning, so we were hoping this wasn't one of those games that takes you all night. And so I thought it was a really crisp game. A lot of guys took good at bats and should take some confidence going into the series. Our pitching was great. Our defense was great. So it's the kind of game you want to take on the road with you.
Cam Adams?
Hey, Coach, just going back to Josiah Seitler's kind of situation during that Grand Slam. Do you think the third base hecklers kind of had a part in getting in the pitcher's head and helping draw those 3 walks?
Well, I mean, I think those guys definitely are having an impact in games, and obviously we want to make sure they don't cross any boundaries that are inappropriate. But hecklers are a big part of college baseball, and I think they are definitely helping us. Again, as long as it's within reason and appropriate, heckling's a big part of a home field advantage.
Dave?
Mark, Wes Clark, is obviously a big reason why you guys are here. Do you think he's scuffling a little bit right now? Just his average it's not that it's a huge thing, but it is below 300 for, I think, the first time also.
Yeah, he's in a little bit of a rut right now, but he'll work his way out of it. You can't go a whole season and hit 500 and hit a homer every game. It was bound to happen, and he'll work through it. And Coach Lake will watch video with him and work with him, and we'll get it figured out with him. And he's just too good to stay down for too long, and he'll work real hard at it. And at some point, he'll start carrying us again.
Greg?
Hey, Mark, you mentioned David Mendham's performance. I guess just what have you seen from him?
Yeah, he's gotten hot lately. He made an adjustment with again, I don't want to bore guys with the minutia of hitting mechanics, but he made an adjustment with when he was starting his load back and how much he was loading into the back leg. And he says he sees the ball much better now, and he's able to get the bat head out a little bit better. So he's hitting the ball harder and driving the ball now and taking better at bats. So hopefully that's able to continue for him.
Colin?
Mark, Jack Mahoney had another pretty good night tonight. I mean, five scoreless. Just has he settled into that midweek starter role the way you kind of hoped he would?
Yeah, I would say so. And I think, again, that's something we're really excited about, is that we're playing really good baseball. We're in a good position right now, and half the games we play, we start a freshman pitcher. So, again, I think those guys are guys we're really excited about, and every time they go out, it seems like they're getting a little bit better. So that's the kind of momentum you want to build on.
And what about him makes him such a good pitcher, especially for a guy that really didn't get to focus on baseball purely until he got here?
Yeah, he has everything you need to work with. As a coach, he's talented, he's competitive, he's got a quick live arm that gets the ball up to 95, 96. It's not a straight fastball. It has some run to it and sink. He's developing a good slider. He throws strikes. He's everything you're looking for. He has poise. He's not afraid of the big moments. He has all the makings of a very, very, very successful pitcher now and as we continue to move forward.
Mark, speaking of Mahoney, he only threw 67 tonight. Could he maybe pitch in the last game or the second last game down at LSU?
Yeah. And that's why we took him out when we did. With it being a Thursday, Friday, Saturday weekend, there's a good chance it would probably be Saturday if I had to guess. But with us not having a midweek game next week, that definitely played into it, where we wanted to have him available for this weekend if we could.
Phil?
Yeah, hey, Mark. What are you expecting in Baton Rouge? They're not having the greatest of seasons to this date, but that atmosphere and knowing that they've got to start beating some teams to kind of turn things around, what are you expecting to be walking into?
Well, LSU baseball is one of the brand names in college baseball, so I expect great baseball. I expect great environment. I expect us to be ready to go. I expect them to be ready to go. So it's just great SEC baseball, and South Carolina and LSU are two of the best names in the country. And so I just think you're going to see a lot of great baseball, and that's what we expect.